guys, Attorney Marc Victor here. If you're interested in my personal political views about freedom and the Second Amendment, this video is for you. It's the short version. I'm going to give you 17 points that I think summarize my political views here. If you want to know the reasoning behind any of my views, check the link in the description because there's a longer video there where I break down exactly why I take these views. I want to say my political views have absolutely nothing to do with attorneys on retainer. We're going to represent you professionally, competently, and zealously, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with my personal political views. We're attorneys first. We represent people in court regardless of whether we agree or disagree with them politically. First, a couple of points about my background. I want to let you know that I have been representing countless clients in countless firearms cases since 1994. The vast majority of those cases have been major felony cases, including several first-degree murder cases that I've taken to jury trial. I've also represented countless clients in endless numbers of civil matters, red flag hearings, and regulatory matters in front of the ATF. I've represented gun manufacturers and gun dealers in both civil and criminal cases. And by my calculations, I've helped over 1,000 people who were stripped of their gun rights regain them. I've been publicly speaking on and teaching people about firearms law and self-defense issues for over 30 years. And I'm a proud firearms owner. Got lots of different kinds of weapons and no shortage of ammo. What good's a weapon without ammunition? And I have been proudly pro-freedom on all issues the entire time I've been an attorney. I've had exactly the same beliefs since 1992. That's when I kind of figured things out back when I was in law school. And I haven't changed them since, although I keep an open mind as to everything I believe. I'm going to give you 17 quick bullet points about my personal views, but I also want to say, look, reasonable minds can disagree. No problem. I'm not saying I got everything figured out. These are just my personal political views. Number one, competent adults are the iron-fisted dictators of their own body, property, money, and time. No exceptions. Number two, do whatever you want. Just don't aggress against anybody else or their property. Number three, rights do not come from the government. The government does not grant rights. It is our agent. It has no rights to grant. The United States Constitution, it enumerates our rights. It just says what they are. And if the Second Amendment was repealed, which it could constitutionally be, it would change absolutely nothing about my position. Number four, I'm a self-defense absolutist. That means with any weapon whatsoever that you need to defend yourself. That's also against any aggressor, whether an individual or any tyrannical government. And this applies to all people. All people. It includes felons, it includes violent felons, minors, and people regardless of what their mental capacity is. The government has absolutely no right to deprive any person under any circumstances of an immediate right to self-defense. No exceptions. Number five, competent, responsible adults have a right to keep and bear whatever they want. Number six, I disagree with many of the restrictions imposed upon us in the firearms area by the current United States Supreme Court. Number seven, all federal laws regulating firearms or ammunition in any way are unconstitutional. That also includes the ATF, unconstitutional. Number eight, I oppose all sensitive areas prohibitions, all of them. Number nine, I oppose all regulations regarding any characteristic of any firearm or ammunition. This includes silencers, barrel length, serial numbers, prohibitions on fully automatic weapons, or any prohibitions on any type of ammunition. We don't need regulations on any of those things. Number 10, no weapon should be illegal. Yes, that includes fully automatic weapons and military-style weapons. They should not be illegal. And individuals should be able to buy brand new ones, not just pre-1986. Number 11, there should be no government restrictions whatsoever on either open or concealed carry. They should be treated equally. Number 12, I oppose all these abuses with red flag laws. I'm talking about unfair hearings, biased judges, insufficient evidence. There are lots of problems and abuses with these types of hearings. I know what's wrong with these proceedings. I've been representing people in them for 30 years, and I'm proud to say, on many occasions, I got the gun back for my client. 13, I oppose all victimless or moral crimes. They should all be abolished. 14, private property owners get to make any rules they want over their own property. They're the dictators of their own property. They can make any rule they want, and if I don't like their rule, I don't go to their property. Freedom requires you allow private property owners to decide what the rules are on their own property. Whether I like it or you like it doesn't matter. 15, ordinary felons should not lose their right to keep and bear arms. Violent felons should, right? If we can put you in prison, we can take away your gun rights. Now, maybe we shouldn't let them out of prison unless we can trust them with a firearm. Okay, I get that position. But maybe some people would say you can let them out, but we don't yet trust them with a firearm. Okay, I don't know which is right here. I think communities can decide for themselves. But if you take someone's rights away, including a violent felon, you have to afford them an opportunity to say, I'm no longer a problem, I'm rehabilitated, and allow them to get their gun rights back. We should never have a lifetime prohibition on the right to keep and bear arms for anyone. 16, everyone who is charged with a crime is entitled to an effective, professional, zealous defense. And it doesn't matter what the allegation is, right? Better 10 guilty go free than one innocent be wrongfully convicted. And finally, 17, acting with the highest of character and building high levels of trust with other human beings is always more important than profits. I'm not perfect, and I've made mistakes in my life, but I always endeavor to act with the highest of character. And I will always stick to my principles above everything else, on all occasions, on all issues, no exceptions. Look, if you want to know the logic or reasoning behind any of these positions, check the link in the description for the much longer video that I cut with Andy Marcantel, clearly explaining why I take these positions. I've also written a detailed article, which you're welcome to read. I hope you read it. It's also linked in the description of this video. I understand reasonable minds can disagree. That's fine. Nobody's right about everything. And again, none of this has anything to do with the Attorneys on Retainer program. People at my law firm, they don't all agree with me about everything. We all have different positions on things. That's fine. Nobody agrees 100% with anyone else. But in terms of Attorneys on Retainer, we're going to defend you professionally, zealously, competently. We're going to give you exactly the kind of defense that I would want myself if I was charged with a crime, regardless of whether we agree or disagree on any of these points. Okay, so I hope this helps clarify my position, my personal political views on freedom and the Second Amendment. Thanks for listening. Peace.